Hey guys, welcome back to Fantasy Futures. I got in late last night from the RMRs and have barely had time to even think about fantasy, but realized that Showdown starts today and I need to get something out for you, so I haven't even unpacked yet. My webcam is still down in my suitcase, but we're going to do a very quick video showing you what I'm going to be picking. First off, they nailed the RMRs, the Americas. Top 2% finish. That is the best result this season. It's a little bit sad that it could have been a 1%. You can see how close I was. I needed like a couple of more points, but honestly, with the players I had, I did what I could. Rolls could have been a bit better, but I got 9 booster activations, and in the Swiss format, that feels really good. I think I got quite a few on the best of ones. So very happy about that. Do wish I'd gone for the Henny-Vinny combo instead of JT, but I believed in Imperial, but I didn't extra believe in them, which I think is what I said last time. So the Henny payoff, huge. Very happy with it. It's put me at number 2 on the leaderboard, a massive jump. I think I've gone up like 10 rankings off that game. And I'm only 16 points off number 1. So I think I can definitely achieve it this season. To be at this point this early on, considering the comeback I had to do last season, has me feeling very good. I don't need to explain to you guys how a single elimination bracket works, but I think the key thing to keep in mind with this is there's essentially 2 different brackets here because the teams obviously can't meet. Ideally, you want to obviously get to the semifinals, and you don't want your players to meet before the semifinals. I think with everyone's going to be drafting very similar teams for this event. So trying to avoid any chance where you'll meet before the semis is really important. So don't pick JT if you've gone double heroic. Don't pick, a Saw or Liquid player if you've gone double Cloud9, etc., etc. I think if we're looking at the teams here, the obvious favorite in this bracket is Spirit. I think that they have the simplest run by far of any team here. And it's Cloud9 on this side who are going to transfer Adam. I think, Heroic is probably the other team in this bracket that has a pretty good run. Complexity has too many question marks in my mind. So if I'm doubling up, you probably pretty much have to double up on Spirit, Cloud9, or Heroic. And a lot of people are going to be doubling up on 2 of those teams with this bracket. I'm a little concerned about Falcons. I've seen a lot of people picking them, but I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect from s1mple. I don't know why he's like the most picked player, like second most picked player. That seems crazy to me. But a lot of people taking that gamble. I would advise against it at that price point when you can get, say, Zontix or, a Nertz, for instance. Nertz clears s1mple in this event just because of the confidence factor coming into it. All right, very quick run through. Spirit, Chopper feels must pick. He's the most popular player. 194, considering they're going to farm Elevate and probably do the whole run, feels pretty good. Probably pairing with Magix or Zontix. Donk is unachievable at 260. Don't draft Donk. Shiro is a little bit too expensive. As much as I really wanted to do a Shiro draft, I'd rather save that 13 or 18k and go with one of these 2. Falcons, so difficult to draft with their prices. Like, I'm picking Spirit on the side of the bracket, so why would I invest this money into Falcons? Like, why would I get s1mple when I can get Zontix? Why would I get s1mple when I can get Nertz, etc.? Probably don't draft Falcons. Cloud9 can't really go wrong, except maybe Electronic is a little bit too expensive, but Boomage at 194, like, you could start any draft with these 2 players and it's probably going to be a good draft. Boomage is, alongside Chopper, the must pick. I think that Hobbit is a really good pairing with him, just for the consistency and form that he's shown lately. Axile potentially could, show up, but I don't know. Boomage, Hobbit feels good. Heroic, again, you can't really go wrong with this team. They've been doing pretty good lately and pretty consistent. I think Nikodos is probably the only bad choice here because Nertz is a better value player. Tessus has been doing really well though at 201. If you don't want to invest on Nertz, I think Tessus is great. He has a 1.11 rating this year. Shush and Kixon are also a great budget duo. So yeah, Heroic's a great choice all across the board. Complexity, I think, is only worth going if you want to go for a 1% draft and you're hedging against Heroic. I don't think Complexity beat Heroic. I don't think Complexity beat Cloud9, but maybe they can. They have had to literally just travel yesterday from the RMRs, so keep that in mind if drafting, but you are able to do a lot more of a budget draft here because JT is super cheap, so you can go JT Holzak and it gives you a lot of money to spend elsewhere. Game Legion, I don't have any faith in them beating Spirit, so don't draft them. Liquid, they're not going to beat Cloud9. They might lose to Saw, so don't draft them. Saw, yeah, maybe an upset team. Roman at 174 is a cool budget pick, and I think if you need a budget player, he's almost a better choice than even JT, I feel. He's been posting like close to an average 1.0 rating this year. Some great performances on LAN at the RMR, so I think he's actually an interesting choice here if you wanted to enable, a draft with some higher, more expensive players. Big, again, they've been losing online games. I don't know if they even win their first game, let alone their second. I think Imperial is interesting though. Henny's still super cheap. Vinny's cheap. No way sub 200k. These three players are very interesting. And again, if I was going for a 1% draft, I would double up on Imperial every single day. Maybe even Complexity. That could be a cool draft. No. Don't even look at any of these teams. Not worth investing in at all. But I'll be real with you guys. My draft is very boring for this event. I'm going to go Chopper Magics, and then I'm going to pick up the Hobbit Boomage combo. I think these are two very safe combos from these two teams. And that leaves me with 201k, which is enough for Tessus. My alternative to this draft would be getting Shush instead of Tessus and swapping Magics for Zontics, which is definitely a fine draft. I just think Tessus is the tiny bit of risk I'm taking in this draft. It doesn't even feel like a risk because I just know like that Heroic are a good team to draft into. And this event doesn't feel like it's about picking the right teams. It kind of just feels like it's about getting lucky with the players you pick and just hoping that you've picked the player that's going to have the good day, because everyone's doing such similar drafts. It's kind of a bit mid. Maybe I should be taking a risk. Maybe I should be getting Henny instead of Tessus. Let me know if you think I should do that, because there's still a couple of hours. I could still make that change. I just don't know, man. It feels a bit silly. Let me know what you're doing. I'm not loving this event. I'm not loving what we can do with it. I feel very pigeonholed into picking these two teams because of the runs they have, but whatever, it's fine. I'm in a very good position. I should just play it safe and slowly grind my way up to the top. Let me know what you're doing as usual, and of course, good luck.